Hello and welcome to the classroom. This is Sue and my name is Miss Kathy if you're new here. Today, Sue, we're going to talk about snakes. Have you ever seen a snake before? You haven't? Have you seen a snake before? Well, we're going to talk about them today and we're going to make a snake and we're going to have so much fun counting 4 snakes. They're actually gummy worms. Let's get started right away. Are you ready, Sue? Okay, we'll have a seat and we'll do our class job and we'll begin. Our class job every day is to feed our pet fish named Fred. Here you go, Fred. Well, now that Fred has been fed, let's turn around and see what day it is. The month starts with letter S, our letter of the day. S is for September. Let's reach into our can and see how we will count. It says we're going to slither like a snake. So let's put our hands together and move them back and forth. Are you ready to count and slither? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's today, September 8th. Can you say today's date? September 8th. If you want to know what day of the week it is, then you go up to the top on your calendar and look and see what letter today starts with. Letter F. Letter F says f, 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 like a firefly blinking on and off. So what day of the week starts with that sound? F, f, Friday. It's Friday today. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Well, it is time to check the weather, so look outside your window and see what the weather is like for you today. Are you ready to sing about your weather? When I do like this with my microphone, shout out whatever your weather is. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? It is out today. It is out today. Let's dress Weather Bear. Weather Bear, we're gonna put on a t-shirt for you and we'll put on overall shorts for Weather Bear. And what is the season right now? The season is summer. Still summer, but in just a little over a week, we're gonna have a brand new month. A brand new season this month. Well, I hope that you had some fun with our calendar and weather time. Now it's time to ring the bell because it's time for our letter of the day. Today's letter is S. Can you say S? S. Does your name have a letter S? If your name has letter S, stand up. If your name has letter S, stand up. If your name has letter S, if your name has letter S, if your name has letter S, stand up. Well, today S is for snakes, and I decorated my letter S to look like a snake. I just colored it green. I drew an eye and a tongue. This is big S, and I just colored little s. So what letter is this? It's letter S. And now we can recognize it. So next we'll practice writing it. To write a letter S, all you have to do is curve around this way, turn around and curve back. Let's practice writing the big letter S. So all you have to do is curve around, turn around, and curve back. Curve around, turn around, and back. If you're using handwriting paper like this, then you'll make the S upstairs and downstairs. It looks like a letter C upstairs, and then you turn around and make a backward C downstairs. Forward and back. That's how you make the big letter S, and little s is exactly the same. So let's make a little smaller one right here. Curve around, turn around, and curve back. Let's practice making that little s. Curve around, turn around, and back. Curve, turn, back. If you're using handwriting paper, look for the downstairs part. That's where this little S goes, and you really have to squeeze. Curve, turn, and back. Squeeze downstairs. Curve and turn, and then curve back the other way. Well, I know that you are just doing a great job practicing. You're listening, you're learning. Let me give you a sticker for your handwriting paper. Good job. Well, now we know what letter S looks like. We can recognize it. We can write it. So next we're going to talk about the sound that S makes. Letter S sounds like a snake. S. Put your teeth together and blow through your teeth. S. 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 Letter S says S like a snake. Our hand motion for letter S is like this. Make your hand slither back and forth like a snake. S. Well, to practice that sound and help it to stick, let's play a little game. It's the silly face game. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, silly face, and then you make a silly face, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, silly face. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, silly face. Ready? 1, 2, 3, silly face. Those are some really good silly faces. Letter S says S as in silly face, and letter S says S as in snake. Today for math, we're going to be counting snakes, but actually they're gummy worms. Let's head over to the math table. So I have some gummy worms, and we'll use those to help us count number 4. That's the number we've been working on this week. Can you help me count? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 snakes. You can also make 4 using Play-Doh. Have you ever made a Play-Doh snake before? Let me show you how. So take a little bit of Play-Doh and then put your hand on the top and start rolling your hand over the Play-Doh back and forth, and you start noticing the Play-Doh is getting longer and longer. We're making a Play-Doh snake. Just keep rolling back and forth and back and forth. Okay, I'm going to need 2 Play-Doh snakes, so I'm going to get another little bit of Play-Doh, and I'm going to use my hand to roll it back and forth, back and forth. Keep going. Back and forth. So now I have 2 Play-Doh snakes. I'm going to use these to help me make number 4. So for one of them, I'm just going to curve it around like a letter L. And then right beside it, I'm going to put this long Play-Doh snake. So this is number 4. It looks like an L and a long line. 4. Let's count 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We used Play-Doh to make 4. Well, this week we've been working on a color. Can you remember the color that we've been working on this week? It's the color green. G-R-E-E-N, G-R-E-E-N. I know how to spell green, G-R-E-E-N. Caterpillars are green and grasshoppers are too. I know how to spell green, G-R-E-E-N. We've also been working on a shape this week. Can you remember what shape we've been working on? We've been working on the rectangle, and he happens to be green. Ricky Rectangle, don't get me wrong. 2 sides short and 2 sides long. So what shape is this? It's a rectangle. Very, very good. Well, today we're going to learn about snakes for our science time. So take a look at these pictures. Did you know that snakes lay eggs? Just like a chicken. But a baby chick is not coming out of this egg. Do you see the baby snake's head? Snakes are covered in something called scales, kind of like our skin. Look at the bright, colorful scales on this snake. Well, you're growing, and sometimes you need bigger clothes. Snakes are growing too. They grow new, bigger skin and shed or get rid of their old skin. The new skin fits just right. Can you blink your eyes? Blink, blink, blink. Snakes don't have eyelids. They cannot blink. Snakes smell with their tongue. They stick their tongues out, in and out, and in and out, and in and out to learn about their surroundings. Snakes are carnivores. That means they eat meat. Snakes can't bite food, so they have to swallow it whole. Snakes can open their mouths extra wide and swallow food that's even bigger than their head. Well, we're going to make a snake today for art, so let's head back over to the table and I'll show you how. We're going to make a paper plate snake today. If you don't have a paper plate, you could always just cut out a circle from regular paper, and that would be fine too. First thing I'm going to do is color my paper plate. I think I want my snake to be green, so I'm coloring my plate green. Okay, once we've finished coloring our paper plate, we're going to cut it out to look like a snake. Now, I'm going to show you with my finger, and then I'll show you with my scissors. So we're going to come in right here, and we're going to go around and around and around and around until we get to the middle. Okay, so now let me show you with my scissors. I'm going to come in from the side, and I'm just going to go around and around like in a circle, but keep going, keep moving until you get to the middle. Around and around and around and around. Okay, so when you get to the middle, this part will be the snake's head. So I'll just kind of bend it up just a little bit. I'm going to color an eye right here. And then I'm going to take some red paper and cut out a tongue. Snakes have what's called a forked tongue, so it kind of looks like a letter V on the end. Now I'm going to glue that right here to the back of the snake's head. Okay, so now watch what happens when I pick up the head. Whoa, this snake stretches out really long. So we made a super springy long snake today for art. Well, now it's time for a story. Well, here's another look at that snake that we made in art today. Well, now we're going to read a story, and it's called Snake Where? Let's read this book together, and it's actually an action book. So we'll get to do some things, and I'll help you. I'll show you what we're going to do. On each page, you're going to see a little scout that looks like this. It says, "Get ready to shout snake," and follow the little scout doing what Camilla the snake does. Camilla was stretched out in the sun. The warmth of the rays felt wonderful. She began to fall asleep when someone screamed, "Snake!" Frightened, Camilla hid behind a rock. Can you hide your face like Camilla? Hide your face with your hands like the little scout is showing. Okay, let's turn the page. The next day, Camilla had an itch. She wiggled and scratched herself along the sidewalk. She was enjoying the rough cement when suddenly she heard, "Snake!" Camilla froze at the sound of the word. It seemed scary. Can you freeze like Camilla? Freeze. Okay, let's turn the page. Where can I go to be safe from this snake? She wondered. What does this snake even look like? The riverbed was a fine place to slither. The cool grass made Camilla's skin quiver. She thought she was safe, but the next sound in the air was, "Snake!" Camilla got the shivers. Can you shiver like Camilla? Shiver. Okay, let's turn the page. This snake must be terrible, she thought. Camilla could only imagine that it must have done something awful. Her fears were getting the best of her. Camilla was afraid to come out of her hole, but she needed to warn her friends, so she had to be brave. When it seemed safe, Camilla hurried into a field. She swished through the stalks, hoping she was hidden. Her skin was blended in when someone screamed, "Snake!" Do you see Camilla? Can you see her in the grass? There she is, right there. And they spotted her too. Let's see what happens. Camilla tried to get away, but she was caught in a net. Pointing people came close. "It's a corn snake," one said. "She's beautiful." "I'm a snake?" Camilla cried. Can you cry like Camilla? Hoo 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 hoo. Hoo hoo hoo. People are afraid of me? I've been afraid of me? Being afraid of oneself seemed silly, so Camilla shed her fear. "I'm beautiful," she said, and felt better, even a little proud. "I'm a snake," Camilla said, and she smiled. Can you smile too? The net was lifted and Camilla was set free. She was glad to be a snake. Can you wave goodbye to Camilla? Goodbye, Camilla. The end. Well, it is time for us to wave goodbye, Sue, because that's the end of our class. I hope you had some fun. Join us next time. We'll have some more learning fun together. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.